Welcome to Scream Queens Road Trip Podcast. And we are screaming for joy today, and that is your final girl over there screaming her head off.
I am.
And I am your sole survivor, Mr. Josh.
You are.
That's me. And hallelujah, the day has come.
Praise be.
Where we are heading to Frightmare.
Yes.
The 15th Frightmare that's been on hold for 2 years.
Yes.
And we're on our way. We just got into Texas.
Chugging along. Cross that state line. Here we are, Texas. Take care of us.
Yes. It's going to be a different Frightmare than usual. We're going with a little apprehension. It's very bittersweet. We don't really know what to expect. There's a lot of COVID measures going on. There's going to be like 50% less crowds, which is cool. But there's also just maybe a little less to do. It's also coming down to us trying to reinvent how we're going to make this Frightmare special.
Yes. Like down to almost literally everything. I mean, we got our hand sanitizer, our face masks, so we're double masking.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to stay in some, places that we haven't normally. Like, we're going to be all poolside all the time.
Yeah, we're going to try to be out by the pool a lot. We got our VIP again this year, so we get into the festival an hour early. So we plan on taking advantage of that, doing a lot of our shopping when it's really not crowded, getting a good look at all the merch we want first thing, and just taking advantage of that, the low crowds, and getting in an hour early. That will keep us safe.
Yes, because we're going in at special time because we're special.
And there's really not as many panels this year, or as, much go.
It's slim trim.
Yes, there's some really good ones that we are going to attend, but it's not like previous years where they're like stacked, where it's like we got to choose between this panel or that panel.
And with the tickets being rolled back 50%, there's less people that are also going to be attending those, and spaced out maybe a little bit more.
But they're still having their party, which we're going to peek our heads and see how it's going. At least see the decor. It's an Overlook hotel. It's like the Happy New Year's Eve Overlook Hotel theme, right?
Yes, and I got us these, the Shining masks.
The pattern, the carpet pattern.
It's got the carpet pattern on there to kind of go with that theme, but we might just drop in and drop out, depending on how it's all going.
We brought a big gallon of whiskey, 20-pack of Diet Coke for mixing.
Yes, got some beers.
I brought some Disney princess face masks.
Mm-hmm.
I think I'm going to be Ariel.
I think it's going to be a luxurious weekend.
Or am I going to be Belle? Are you going to be Jasmine?
No, I'm
Belle?
Belle, and
Bitch,
you can be Jasmine.
I think we're going to fight over Belle. I bought these, so.
Well, but...
JK. We also brought...
I have a Belle hairbrush, so...
Okay, fine.
It goes with my aesthetic.
So, we also brought a bunch of board games. I brought Slash Cards and Mixtape Massacre, our favorite.
And we've got a game system.
Yeah, I brought the Sega Genesis Classic thing. It's kind of like the Nintendo Classic thing, but it has just... It's loaded with a lot of old Sega games. So we usually play Mortal Kombat or Sonic. And so we
pass a little bit of the time by in between, like when panels are, when there's a panel and when there's not one, and when maybe just the lobby floor is open and people are shopping, and maybe more. When the panels are open, there are less people that are shopping because they're sitting there listening to the panel people.
The piano.
And that is a good time to do such thing.
Or as you recall, it's the pianos.
The piano people. So the piano people are going to be in a room, and then there's going to be vendors and shoppers in another room, and it's more spaced out and safe. But when there's not a piano peoples sitting, and those piano peoples are just walking about shopping with the vendors with the other people, then
all the pianos,
there's more space taken up, and that I think might not be as safe. So we might be upstairs hanging out.
Yes.
Passing the time by.
And like I said, it's really bittersweet. There have been a lot of people that dropped off. Like 2 years ago, when we bought our tickets in August of 2019
oh my God, the lineup.
for the 2020 event, the lineup was like David Cronenberg, and I mean, it was insane. Virginia Madsen, but a lot of these people have, had to drop out for different reasons. I know Cronenberg is actually shooting his first film that in years.
I believe it's pronounced film.
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 Film. But yes, David Cronenberg is busy shooting a film. So
Finally, a film.
He won't be there. Freddie Prinze Jr. had to postpone.
Oh, and that happened like yesterday at the announcement. So it's like, okay, well, rain on our motherfucking parade.
So it's just going to be a different Frightmare. But like I said, for us, the challenge is let's make it a new Frightmare. Make it different memories this year. Make it a Frightmare to remember in its own right.
Make it a Frightmare to remember.
A Frightmare to remember.
It's a Frightmare to remember.
It's like a romantic comedy, but it ends in tragedy because like an affair to remember. Somebody is in the film. Someone will get their legs hurt, and then they won't show up for the special rendezvous at the screening or the piano they were supposed to attend.
Oh my God!
I'm
in for this story.
Will never be the same. And then they rendezvous again, like in 20 Frightmares later. Rendezvous.
Oh my God! Let's just like list off the people that are going to be there.
Okay, let's do it.
People that we're excited about. Actually, the list is longer of the people that will be there, but these were people I was like, we're really excited to see them.
Yeah. I think our number one that we're most excited for is the zaddy daddy of all zaddy daddies.
Hot daddy, 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 Dylan McDermott. Zaddy, daddy, Dylan. Oh
so
my
the whole time
gosh.
I'm going to be trying to get info out of him about 3 to Tango and his experiences with Scream Queen Neve Campbell. And then also trying to get him in bed all weekend.
Yeah, like Daddy American Horror Story, man of my life. Get up in these sheets, get up in these streets.
And guys, I apologize. Texas has the loudest roads in all fucking creation.
We both just looked at each other like, wow, all of a sudden, like, it got really loud in here.
Yeah, I feel like I can barely hear myself talk. So I really hope you guys can hear us well. That's part of the fun of a road trip podcast. You really feel like you're on the road with us, right?
You hear the road, but maybe the road isn't all you're hearing.
Here, guys, take a listen. This is what a Texas road sounds like.
Oh, that's so sweet.
Wow.
Oh, that was so kind of us to allow them just that moment of silence and hearing that road. Okay.
Right, so Daddy Zaddy, Dylan McDermott.
Daddy Zaddy, Dylan, and then we definitely want to catch another daddy in a time, Tom Atkins.
Oh, yeah, that's a very exciting one, Tom Atkins.
Yes. Like,
he is Halloween 3.
John Carpenter, baby boy.
It is not Halloween until I see Halloween 3.
Yeah, Season of the Witch.
Which is maybe my favorite sequel.
All up in that sitch.
I know that can be controversial to say, but it's such a good movie.
Not controversial in this car.
Take away the idea that it didn't have Michael. They tried something new. I know that pisses some people off, but I think it works.
Yeah.
And I think it's aging better. It probably plays better now than maybe it did when it first came out. Who knows?
The Fog.
The Fog.
Creep
Oh
Show.
My God. He's just.
Escape from New York, right?
Horror royalty. Horror royalty.
You're a whore.
Horror. How do you guys say horror? Is it horror?
Horror.
We say horror, but then some people say horror.
Horror.
Do you say horror or horror? Because sometimes I say horror, and people are like, horror? I'm like, no.
Like a slut?
Horror. Or is it
like
horror?
Like a tramp?
I love a good horror movie.
I think it's a horror movie. You have to really enunciate that there are multiple R's going on.
There's 3 R's, and we need to hear them.
Yes.
Horror.
I need to hear them. We need to hear them. They all need to hear them.
The whole world will hear those R's.
What the
I don't know, guys. We're delirious. We're so excited to get down here.
Okay, now we've got like repeat offender Tom Savini. He's going to be there.
He's always someone you can count on. He has been to every Frightmare that we've been to. So it's kind of like seeing an old pal. We always see him at breakfast.
Yeah.
But again, I don't know how much we'll be going down to eat. Like, we just don't know.
Oh, gosh,
we
guys.
don't know what to expect,
We don't know
guys.
what really to do. Yeah, there's just times where...
They are doing a lot of, like, grab and go, like, pre-made meals.
We're going to be taking things up to the room.
Yeah, or sitting outside.
They got some patios. We're going to be doing some poolside. Might get some eats and treats at that time.
We love eats and treats.
I love treats and eats. Eats and treats.
Let's keep going. Who else are we
Okay.
outside?
Who am I? Nancy Loomis from Halloween.
Classic. And
Kane
Holly
Hodder's gonna be there, and Laura Park Lincoln. So I love like both like Friday
I
the
know,
13th,
part 7.
Part 7.
We're big Friday the 13th part 7. The new blood stands, if you will.
The new sangla, as they say in French, Nouveau Sangla.
Nouveau sangla.
Yes, that movie is amazing. Carrie comes in and just like fucks shit up.
Yeah, it's Carrie versus Jason, and we're really excited to meet her. She's like one of our scream queens.
Yes, for sure. She's like, is there like a thing if it's like a zaddy, but like for a mommy?
She's like a mommy.
A zombie?
A mommy.
Okay.
Sorry, I don't want to get like, that sounded all like.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Mommy.
Mommy.
She's a mammy.
She's a mommy. She's a hot patati mommy.
She's a mom.
Tony Todd gonna be there. We gotta see him. Gotta be next to him.
Tony
as
Todd.
Close as we can get.
And that's really cool. I'm glad they have like a horror icon there. I mean, all these people are horror icons. Don't get me wrong, but I'm kind of talking of like from our generation.
Candyman.
He's Candyman. That's like having a Jason or a Freddy.
Uh-huh.
And we have Jason there too, but
got Jason, got Freddy.
Tony, you see his face, so it just seems just a little bit more.
You've seen it, you know it.
Yeah.
And he's scary. He's got the bees coming out of his mouth.
He's an icon.
He wears his little claw hand, kind of like Captain Hook.
Yes.
But with bees.
And he has a much more tragic backstory.
Yes.
Captain Hook just got like bit by
I think
TikTok croc.
Yeah, a little crocodile came up, bit his hand off, and that's sad too. But it's just a different kind of trauma.
And you know that he was turned into a villain because of it.
Yeah. Sorry. #sorry, not sorry. Oops. Dee Wall is going to be there.
We love her.
Yes, Mama.
My all-time favorite Frightmare photo op is with Dee Wallace.
God, yes.
We asked her. It's also a photo with Michael Berryman. It was a Hills Have Eyes photo.
It's the two of us, the two of them.
And we asked her and him. We said like, "Hey, can we take a picture where it looks like we're talking and laughing, like we're best friends?"
Yes.
And she was like, oh, "Okay." Like she was game, and it's perfect.
We're like we were laughing about something.
And it looks genuine too.
Does.
Like it really looks like we're just like all cracking up.
Best of friends.
Yeah, and then she wrote on there like, "That was an enormous fart," when I had her sign it.
Yes, that's what we were all laughing about,
Yeah.
and it was hilarious in the moment, and it's hilarious now. Still today. Thank you, Dee Wallace, for making our fart dreams come true.
Mama D.
Let's see who else. Well, we've got Ed Neal, Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Icon.
Iconic.
He's the hitchhiker.
Yes.
Scary.
Yeah, he all cuts his hand up, freaks everybody out in the car, in the van.
That is like one of the creepiest, worst parts of
Yes.
that movie. Not worse as in bad, but worse as in fucking scary.
Everybody's sitting around. It's like the most awkward and like everybody like feels
Disturbing.
unsafe, and yes, it's not okay. I don't feel in my safe place.
And you know what? And I can feel that for her. When we watch it together, I can tell she does not feel safe.
I just know. I know.
I'm
She doesn't feel safe. I don't feel safe looking at her not feeling safe.
I'm an empath, and I really feel her when we watch that movie.
I'm an empath. Oh, God. He is. He's got like just like an empathic.
I can really clue into
Yes,
people's energy, what they're feeling.
His chakras are open, and
I'm taking it in.
he's taking it all in day by day.
Day by day.
Kind of excited to see Dana DeLorenzo,
Oh my God,
Ash vs. Evil Dead, baby girl.
Yes, we were big fans of that show. As a matter of fact, we're still trying to figure out how to do an episode that just covers like maybe a season.
Yes,
And do like a few episodes over the years of each season.
a saison,
We'll
or
see if that ever happens. We'll
we,
see.
we don't know how to actually cover it, but we would want to talk about it because it's so good. But it's like epic, it's a continuation of the Evil Dead story.
And those of you who have listened know we love the Evil Dead franchise.
Oh,
We've
yes.
covered all of them now, including Army of Darkness and the remake. So now we're down to like, well, do we cover the show just to keep it going?
Yeah,
because we love
or
it so much.
just include it anyways, but like a special edition.
Exactly.
So
We'll see, but we love her. Happy she's going to be there. She was a
Excited.
last-minute replacement. She was literally announced this morning.
And it was like I when I saw her, I was like, hi, hashtag baby iconic.
Yeah.
I'll be there. I'll see you, girl. I'll be waving to you. I'll be giving like little kiss.
Little kisses here and there.
Because I love her. She's powerhouse in Ash vs. Evil Dead. She's definitely a hero.
Love her, yes.
Oh my gosh, from my Charmed TV days, Melinda Clark.
Justine loves Charmed. And you know what?
Love Charmed.
I love that she loves Charmed.
I love it. She's also was like in Spawn, and I know that a lot of people like her from Firefly.
Yes.
Because that's pretty heavy in the like con world. Firefly.
So that's a big name. Like people know Melinda Clark.
People know her. People respect her. People appreciate her. And we already talked about Malcolm McDowell, right?
Malcolm McDowell will be there.
Yes.
He was at our first con.
Yes,
that we ever
he's
went
our
to.
first photo op as well, and you
God.
can
It's
tell
our most
it's our
awkward
first.
photo op. Because if you look at all our photos, we're having fun and all.
Yes.
We usually get whatever actor, whoever we are, to do something silly with us, or we at least we're doing something silly. Like when we were with George Romero, he's sitting there like pointing at us like, "Oh, these guys," and we're acting like zombies. With Dario Argento, we acted like very melodramatic, like we were screaming. You know, we always try to make it fun. But it being our first one, tell them about it.
Okay, so it's 3 stoic pillars standing there all in black. I think, were you wearing something red? I was all in black.
Red,
he was all in black. He has his glasses. He's standing, his arms at his side. We are also standing next to him, our arms at our
like, we didn't even put our arms around.
Like,
we didn't know what the fuck we were doing.
We didn't know what to do. We were following his lead, and that's what he gave us.
And he's a nice guy, but he's not overly warm.
Yeah, he was just like, hi, yeah,
Hello.
nice to meet you. Come on in,
And then
take your
click.
picture.
And
Goodbye, nice to meet you.
And then we started learning, seeing other people doing fun stuff. And we're
Yes.
like, okay, we gotta up these pictures. Because almost the second we got this picture back, I was like, oh, this is not going
This
on the
can't
gram.
be how
People cannot see this
we
picture.
this. Yeah, and like, yeah, we just needed to do a little bit more soul searching in ourselves. What were we seeking in those pictures? And then we needed to be more communicative because the celebrities that come, the different stars of horror movie films and etc. They want to give you, they're actors and actresses, they want to give it to you.
They want to give you
Just
their
ask.
all.
All they want is for you to just ask.
My big disappointment of this Frightmare is that I forgot to bring a DVD copy that Nev Campbell signed years ago of The Company. It's a Robert Altman movie that Nev Campbell and Malcolm McDowell did together, and I was going to have him sign it this time. And then, of course, when we're like leaving on the road this morning, Justine was like, we're doing, you know, that checklist. Like, did you get this? Did you get this?
Mm-hmm.
And she's like, did you get the Company DVD? I was like, no.
That's it.
That's what I forgot.
We
I
had that
forgot
moment of
something.
like, I think I forgot something, so
that's
let's go through that.
I won't get his
moment.
signature this
No.
time. Maybe.
I'm
but
sorry.
This is his second time. I have a feeling he'll come back.
Yeah.
So I'll do it next time. And his son just got married to Lily Collins this weekend.
Mm-hmm. Lily Collins.
Lily Collins.
Lily Collins.
Of
Hi, girl.
Em-
Congratulations.
Emily and Perry. Anybody?
Yes, Emily and Perry.
Show me and Justine somehow managed to binge watch it one day. It was a rainy winter day, right?
Yeah. We all have a rainy winter day.
Where you just lay around and watch shit TV.
You just want to see, yeah, and so that's what we saw.
And it was cute.
It was adorable. Absolutely love it.
Emily and Perry.
When
Not horror.
When I saw it, I thought, Emily and Perry is for me.
All right. Anybody else we want to tell them about?
Let's see. Tracy Lord's going to be there.
Yes, Queen. There was originally going to be a Crybaby panel and a reunion, and Meek Stoll was going to be there, and there was somebody else. I can't remember who else from the cast. But anyways, they've all dropped out.
Oh yeah, she's the lone woman standing.
Yeah.
Danny Trejo, did we bring him up yet?
Oh,
You gotta see him from Dusk Till Dawn, Machete, like fucking iconic. Yes. Icon. Yes, he is.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, sorry. That was my song about
I
Danny
liked it. You
Trejo.
go, girl.
Okay, thank you. I just needed like a little bit more
Go,
of the
girl.
affirmation there. Thank you. Okay, anybody else? No, I think we've gotten our list down. There's the guy from Slipknot, Corey Taylor. Oh, and the Children of the Corn retrospective is happening.
Which is really exciting because we'll tell you now, next month we're covering Children of the Corn.
We're doing it.
We're going up to Nebraska for the corn maze.
Mm-hmm. We're going to be the Highlanders. And
I get to be Linda Blair. Or not Linda Blair, Linda Hamilton.
Yeah, I was about to say, Linda Blair, you're going to be just spitting up all the corn you're eating.
That's the Exorcist, yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Like she ate pea soup, not corn chowder.
Corn. Yeah, we're going to go into some cornfields, do some corn maze, fun stuff at a pumpkin patch. And
so we were excited that they're doing Children of the Corn.
That's exciting. Yeah, that'll be our next episode after this. But yeah, for our piano, we're going to the Children of the Corn retro perspective.
One thing is that everybody out of the cast?
Yes. There's a Clockwork Orange retrospective. Yes. It's like the 50th anniversary.
That's on Sunday.
That's a piano we'll definitely have to go to.
They'll probably kind of close out the con, I bet.
Mm-hmm. The con, your con, my con.
My con, your con,
It's the con, icon until May. And then it'll be back again on regular schedule.
Yeah, and hopefully a little bit more back to normal if we're lucky.
Yeah.
One thing that we're not as excited for this year that we're usually like, oh my god, is what celebrities, who will we meet on the elevator?
Oh, I know. Guys, we usually cannot wait, and we always ask for that one of the top hours.
Floors, yeah.
That we can have. Sorry, I said hours because your phone went off to tell us directions, and I looked at the time and thought in my head not even an hour. I spoke it. Anyways, yeah. So we usually try to get up on those top floors, but this time, we're going to get down low.
Yeah, the hotel is doing a lot of COVID precautions, masks. I think they're doing, social distancing and probably not letting a crowd of elevator people go up. And we usually love the big party atmosphere on the elevator and seeing everybody in their costumes or being
never knowing who you'll see.
Yeah, we've been on the elevator so many famous folk.
Just those little chance encounters.
Yeah, it'll just be a little different. We're already talking about how we'll probably take the stairs up to our room.
Get our little steps in by doing the stairs, because
safer.
That's basically what's safe. That's what we can do. So.
But we're ready. We're excited. We'll see how it goes, and then we'll come back and report back to you guys.
Yeah, we'll tell you about the pianos, and we'll tell you about the people that we see, and the funny encounters we have, and maybe even some fun treats and drinks,
Yeah, we'll tell you all about it. So stick around, listen to our music for about 10 seconds, and we'll be right back.
And then we'll be back. Bye!
Baby got back. We're back.
We're back.
Back for Frightmare. Baby got back.
Frightmare back. Here we are. We made it. We made it. We just checked out of the hotel. We made it.
And we're sad but happy that it happened. Everybody. Everybody, all the haters out there that said it couldn't be done.
All the haters out there. Who are those people?
I don't know, but I'm sure there were plenty.
Okay, first off, let's just say it was a different experience, but it was a wonderful experience.
Yes, and props to everybody at Frightmare.
Thank you.
For keeping it a safe convention. We heard several times them saying that we are not going to have a super spreader event.
Never have I ever attended a super spreader event at Frightmare.
We appreciated that. Everybody
Did you feel safe?
I felt safe. Everybody was respectful. I would say 99% of the people there were wearing their masks correctly. They had all kinds of, trying to keep people away from each other. There were lines drawn on the carpet for aisles, which way to walk. There were certain entrances and exits, and
it was more spaced out. They used
upstairs
2 floors.
And downstairs.
Oh, upstairs, downstairs, servants and royalty?
Servants and the royals.
Oh, okay. Well, the duchesses were upstairs having themselves a grand time in the panels. So they did the panels upstairs, and then photos,
And-
kind of in their area that they generally are in. But then there was more space for the vendors.
And overall, the convention was 50% less people. So
Yeah.
that was the part that was like, okay, cool, I feel safe. But then that's what lent to like it being a different show.
Mm-hmm.
You know, there were certain aspects that were like, wow, this is not as maybe fun without a lot of people.
Yeah.
But then there were times where we loved it. We were like, okay, we're able to walk around and see
I'm not
things.
bumping shoulder
and-
to shoulder with people.
Yeah, we're not fighting through a sea of people to get from one place to another. So
Not
that
smelling
was cool.
everybody. And
Yeah, people felt more fresh and clean this year, or maybe it's because we were wearing masks. You could smell
and
everyone's.
we were having hand sanitizer at all times.
Yeah, we were constantly cleaning our hands.
Okay, so let's just paint a picture. We are checking in, and the hotel did a wonderful job with all the decorations. They really got into the spooky spirit. I mean, it is September, but it was nice to see all the little decorations when we first walked in.
Oh yeah, and everyone says September is all of September is just Halloween Eve. You know,
Yes.
you're just getting ready for
The moment
the
that it
spooky
hits the
season
birds.
already.
The moment that we have September 1st, we are in a spooky season.
So it was a nice kickoff this weekend.
Yes.
At Frightmare.
We
It
walk
was-
in, check in.
Yeah, the check-in, it was so gloomy and dark and decorated that for a moment, it didn't even look like there was anybody working the counter until we got a little closer. Like, oh no, there are people back there. It's
Yeah.
just
and
lit that way on purpose
We
right
arrived
now.
on Thursday, so we also were just checking in like a day earlier, and that was nice too, to just arrive
Yeah.
before everybody else.
So we got our room on Thursday, and then we went down. Didn't even have to wait in the line. We went right in and got like our swag bag and our VIP passes, and we were ready for the party to start on Friday.
Now, spoiler alert, we didn't use a single line skip.
Yeah,
We had 5 line skips with our VIP pass.
yeah,
we
didn't
used
use it.
none. And
That's fine this
it's
year.
okay.
There's
yeah.
been years where we've used all of them, you know, but we just didn't need them this year. We usually, for us, the VIP is the most helpful with the panels.
Yes.
We love sitting in the panels. We like
access
sitting.
to vendors earlier.
Yeah, access to the vendors an hour earlier, which was also helpful during this COVID convention. This wasn't a COVID convention, but I just mean like in the
a
time
convention during the pandemic.
in the
yeah.
time of COVID.
In a COVID time. So yeah, we got our swag bags and got our wristbands, and then we headed upstairs, and we were like, you know what we're about to do? Get ourselves some dinners, get ourselves some eats, get ourselves some treats.
Drinks.
You know,
Drinks and eats coming
We
right up.
Love a cocktail. You know what I love more than a cocktail, Josh?
Eats.
I love a cocktail.
Oh, cocktails. Yeah, more than one.
I love a cocktail.
So we had a couple
evening.
cocktails, and we spied Tom Atkinson for the first time Thursday
Yes.
night while we were having our cocktails.
Because when we checked in on Thursday night, it was still the restaurant setup. So the hotel still had their restaurant, and it was, you know, just churning out
You
food.
could get normal
There was
food.
a deli area where you could get like a little cafe, coffee, and then like deli
Salads,
yeah, and
desserts.
sandwiches and stuff. All of that is operating. It's not until Friday that it's just this transformation of something we just weren't quite ready for.
It was like half hotel food, half some vendor that they had. It just, the food went way downhill this year. It's typically one of the things we like about it is that we order a lot of room service. We go down, eat in the restaurants, but like we said, Thursday night was the only time this weekend that we actually had the restaurant quality food. And we're at a Hyatt Regency, which, I mean, it's not the swankiest, but they're nice and they have nice restaurants.
It's a convention
in them.
space. Like they hold a lot of like different like groups there all throughout the year, and they have restaurants out. Like they have some
Yeah.
quality food.
A lot of people are coming through. It's in the airport, so
Okay, so we do see Tom Atkins in that little cafe area, and he is just picking himself out a little deli sandwich, a little cookie. He's getting himself a little coffee, got himself a little bottle of water. Like, I'm watching the whole thing go down because Daddy Atkins is here. Daddy Atkins.
Atkins. I don't know why I keep saying Atkinson.
But then we also saw, as we do every year at Frightmare, we see
Tom Savini. Eating dinner in the restaurant that we're in. And he's a staple at Frightmare, which we talked about earlier. He's been at every Frightmare we've ever been at since 2015.
So it doesn't feel like a Frightmare unless you see Tom Savini.
You know what? Let's make a pinky promise that next time that we actually take pictures with him.
Yes, we get the autograph and take pictures.
Yeah, I think we've been taking him for granted. Like, oh, he'll be in here next year. We'll spend money on him next year. We see him all the time, but it would be nice to finally meet the guy,
absolutely
take pictures
correct.
with him. I mean, he's a legend.
And we're going to be back on in April. It'll be our May episode.
Yep. So that's exciting.
Pardon me, I had to get a drink, guys. It's feeling a little parched.
Watch him not be back.
Stop it! Don't say that.
No, he'll be there. He's a Frightmare staple, and he always does well.
Yes.
Remember our first Frightmare? We heard him talking about how I made like $20,000 this weekend.
We overheard a conversation that morning before checking out, right?
Yeah.
And oh wow, that was just cool to hear how much Tom Savini's making. And that was the year. Was that Nev Campbell?
That was Nev Campbell's year. So we were like, damn. And she was charging
like $90.
A lot more than
it was crazy.
He was.
I
and
paid
her,
it.
she had a line out the door the whole time. So we were like, damn. I bet she made like $100,000 or more.
Yeah.
Probably more.
And because it was also autographs and then photo ops, and people would take multiple things to have autographed. So, okay. We digress though. So we get,
Are we going into Friday now?
So we go to bed, wake up, it's Friday, and we check out. We decided that with this COVID kind of setting that we would, if we could, branch out and go and see a little bit of Dallas. So we took ourselves up on the suggestion and went to Dallas to have a brunch.
And we had a nice little brunch, lunch, whatever you want to call it.
Oh, it was definitely brunch.
It was definitely brunch.
Oh, it was definitely brunch, baby. We had, at Halcyon, that's where we went, we had cold brews that were to die for, and wonderful, I had a little brekkie sandwich, a little brekkie sandwich.
That's what it's called. She's not being pretentious. It's called the brekkie.
Yeah.
Even
it was an open face sandwich, guys. I'm not being pretentious.
It was like an Australian.
That's what it was called.
Because it was supposed to be like an Australian inspired.
Yeah. And guess what I did? I ate it.
And I had some fancy French toast.
Oh my God.
Fucking French toast.
It's sourdough. What was it?
It was like a hunk of sourdough bread that had set overnight in, I guess, it was super dense and yummy.
Oh, yeah.
Go to Halcyon if you're ever in Dallas.
Yes, please hit them up. It was so great. And then when we got back, we didn't have nothing to do, so we popped on the bathing suits, put on that sunscreen, the tanning oils, grabbed ourselves our books.
We were just little bathing beauties all weekend.
All weekend, guys. We also just decided when we didn't want to be down there with all of the peasants. We were going to be poolside. Took ourselves some brews down there, had some beers.
Can I also say, we were talking earlier, another thing that made this Frightmare different was a lot less friends. We saw some of our favorite people, but less of them.
Yeah, I did miss all the camaraderie
of the people that we've just met over the years. And
that was definitely something that was missing because Friday night we made a little video of hey, we're playing Slash Cards if you want to come down.
And no one came down.
But I know that at this point not that we've made so many friends, but we've made such a great group of little convention friends that I'm sure had it been another time where more people were coming,
they probably might have come down and played with us.
We might have had friends for our Slash Cards, but it's okay. We still did our best to make the best of it.
Yeah, we still had a great time.
Okay, so we were laying out all poolside. We were just, getting ourselves our tan on, having our drinks, and then we'd go upstairs, get all freshened up for our con evening, because we're VIPs, guys, so we
Yeah.
checked in early, 5 o'clock, and we were like wristbands up, waving them to
Yeah,
all
we were standing there ready to go. Like they were doing a countdown, like to 5 o'clock, and we were just so happy to be there.
and we were a part of it. I will say, we had Friday at 5 o'clock, we had an agenda. We knew at 5 o'clock where we were going. We knew which room to start off in, because how they do it at Frightmare is there's two major main rooms that all the vendors and a lot of the what the guests are there signing autographs. They have their booths. So there's two main rooms, and we always start in one main room and then go to the other.
Yeah.
And we were on the lookout for plants, because COVID has turned us into plant parents.
Yeah, we were talking about that in the first part, how I wanted to get a Venus flytrap.
Yes.
Well, after a full weekend of going and looking at it, I kind of got talked out of it. The man who runs the booth said they're really not for beginners.
Yeah.
And I was also looking for like more of an inside plant. I don't have really a space for that outdoors, if that makes any sense. Like, and
They
so
need a lot of light.
they need a lot of light.
Yeah.
It needs to be in like a glass dome. I'm like, God, with the winds here in Oklahoma, that it's gonna get blown over. I don't have like a good spot for it.
It's gonna get
basically.
blown.
It's gonna get blown.
So
I did not get my Venus flytrap.
But we got a lot of other things.
I made up for it.
We hit up a lot of vendors and got ourselves some super cute shirts, pants,
Sweatpants.
face masks.
I got this awesome Dream Warriors hat. that I
Super
love.
cute. I loved it so much. You wore it for our
Large.
Saturday
Yes.
poolside event, and for Lar Park Lincoln.
So you can see it on our
picture.
Instagram.
Okay, so this is when reality sets in. We are like, okay, this is what the convention's going to be. It's more spacious. It looks great. There's a lot, oh, the food. Let's get into that.
Yeah, that started Friday. We quickly realized this wasn't going to be the kind of what we thought it was going to be.
No more restaurants.
No more room service. That was the big blow. We've gotten used to, because the room service there isn't unreasonable. It's not too bougie. It's not, whenever we get the bill at the end of the week, I'm never like shocked. So it's always reasonable. So that was sad that was out the window.
But then, the cost to the quality of the kind of concessions food that we, to a certain extent, didn't have a choice. Like, we had to
either eat this
or wait in a 2-hour delivery line for, pizza joint or Chinese food. Yeah, or like Josh said, we'd have to venture off, which we did do on
we couldn't even
Saturday
figure out,
night.
Postmates kept saying there was nothing that would deliver to the airport, which didn't make sense to us, but...
So strange.
And then we couldn't get into the Chinese restaurant. They would not answer their phone, so our choices were very limited this year.
We're like, okay, well, I guess we'll just so the Friday we ate basically the restaurant concessions food, and went and checked out a little bit more of the celebrities that were willing to be there on Friday, because it didn't really pick up until Saturday, where everybody was there. So that evening we saw Dee Wallace, Danny P from Cujo,
Danny P, you know me,
Taro, I think. Tom Atkins. He was there. Okay, Tom Atkins. You were there all the time.
At his booth.
Checking in every...
For the VIPs.
VIP hour. There you were. I love you, sir.
I will say that's always a little disappointing. We pay extra money to get in early, and then you get down there to, hopefully get in, to see these celebrities early, and then they're not there.
And,
I know, I'm first world problems, but I'm just that's what we use the VIP for.
Yes.
And so when they're not there, it's always well, damn it, there foils that plan.
Now we'll have to and then also, we didn't actually end up getting as many, honestly, guys, I don't want to spend my money on a picture where they're going to stand 6 feet away from me. I just rather,
and that was really it. talked ourselves out of the photos with like Dylan McDermott or meeting him. Because even the first night, that first Friday, the pictures that people were sharing on the Frightmare website were showing him like standing way in the back, and people were up at like this little podium. Like they just were awkward as fuck, and we were like, "There's no way we're paying $80 to $100 to like stand 6 feet away and take a weird ass picture with Dylan McDermott." We'll meet him another time when we can like squeeze his ass and have him looking deep into our eyes, you know? Consensually.
I mean, obviously, we're going to ask.
That would happen because he would ask us.
That's the difference in cost. You know, it's $80 to $100 because there's a $20 ass grab or an eye gaze that he's willing to give you.
That's right.
Anyways,
I hear at some cons he even does like a little basket cup.
I was gonna,
basket.
I was gonna maybe mention that there's some little tinglings that he'll do. You know, like maybe he'll creep around and give you a little
once over,
your little bussy, a little
finger
poke.
tap.
Yeah. You know, a little bus poke. Okay, anyway, but he was not one of the sightings that we had for Friday. Okay, let's get back on track. So, Tom Atkins,
he did come down on Friday, but we did not see him on Friday.
True story.
Yes, just making that clear.
Hashtag true story, hashtag true event.
We don't want his lawyers coming after us.
God. His lawyers bothering to listen to this. Like, oh, wow, that's what they got wrong. Not that we didn't say anything. Like, he'll do an S.
They're gonna be bad.
Wow. No, it's going to be the clearing up that he was actually down there on Friday. We just didn't see him. Okay. Then we saw Art from Terrifier, David Howard Thornton.
He looks just like a normal-ass dude in person. It's hilarious that he transforms into this evil, creepy clown.
Yes. He does a really great job. Good job, David.
Good job, David.
David, are you really a David? Okay. Then we saw some Children of the Corn people, Courtney Gaines, John Franklin, and the director, Fritz Kirsch. Which is important to us guys because
he's from Oklahoma.
Yeah, he's like a daddy from Oklahoma, and we're from Oklahoma.
And his name's Fritz, okay?
Fritz.
That's kind of cool.
I want to name my next plant Fritz in honor of Fritz Kirsch.
Do it. Maybe your next set of plants can all be like Children of the Corn.
Oh, yes. Oh, yeah, because currently all of my plants that I do have, I have the cast of the Mean Girls right now, and I do have quite a large cast.
And mine are female superheroes or villains. So.
Yes. We've got themes going on. Okay. And Laura Park Lincoln, that's another person we saw on Friday.
Yes. Didn't talk to them yet.
No, we just walked up. We did a drive.
I'll tell you about our run-in with the fabulous Laura Park. We did a whole photo shoot with her.
Oh, she was
servant face.
Princess, yes, a goddess, a princess. I will say that we got our steps in while we were at Frightmare because we climbed the 7 flights to our hotel room.
My legs are hurting as we speak. Just going up and down the 7 flights.
I was working that booty.
We were working our booties.
Working.
I was closing my exercise ring all weekend.
Get it, papi. We did it. Oh yeah, okay, so then we did our slash cards. We went downstairs, did our slash cards and our beers.
Was that Friday or Saturday?
That was Friday.
Okay, yeah.
We're still on Friday.
This is when we tried to invite people down.
Yes,
Instagram stories, but
no one showed up. But that's okay because
maybe they just didn't see
Josh won.
Yeah, I won.
So
didn't we play more than one?
We played. Shut up.
Did I play twice? Did I win twice?
Oh my gosh! The audacity of you to sit here and rub it in. And he was not kind on Friday about it. He was like, "Watch out, bitches! I just won slash cards. Fuck you!" It was like pushing people down the stairs.
I know more than you. I just won a 2-person game of slash cards.
Okay, yeah. Also, how many times did I get the slash cards? It became like comical.
Yeah.
I would like pull the card and it would be like slash card, and I would have almost all of the.
She kept getting killed. Kept getting slashed.
I'd get almost. There was only like we started drinking, so then we finally got to a point during our slash cards second game where I had drank to the point that I couldn't remember anything. And I couldn't remember what movies started with the alphabet. It was like, Josh was like, Justine, name just any horror movie with a T. And I was like, I can't think of anything. Like, at all, guys. Like, The Thing wasn't popping into my head. Like, so many things. I was just sitting there looking at him, like cheese in my. I get that way when I drink, just cheesing, just smiling, like I can't remember nothing. Oh God,
so
it was awful.
That was Friday, right?
Yes, but then we decided. We went after our slash cards and drinks event that we did outside on the patio.
Mm-hmm.
We decided to go upstairs, just get all tucked into bed.
Well, we freshened up. We went down to the party.
But
then the party was kind of boring.
Yeah, and it was The Shining, kind of like it was the theme.
Yeah, it looked cool.
Was the hotel. Yeah, the dark hour attractions actors. They did all of the fun. And I guess you did a picture with the door with Jack and the twins, and we posted that, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so go check that one out too, guys. Usher's Yeah was playing.
Yeah.
No one's on the dance floor
except from the dark scare.
Yeah. The only people that are there are the
dark. What do they call it?
Dark hour attractions.
Dark hour attractions.
The only people that were really like woo were the people that were. And
typically you walk in and it's like crowded
it's
in
bustin'.
there. There's tons of people in costumes. Even if we don't dance, we sit there. We're not making fun of people, but we're getting people
watching
on like TikTok. Just like getting everyone's pictures of everyone's costumes.
Yeah, getting video.
They typically have a big costume party. I don't think they did the costume party this year.
Guys, honestly,
or costume contest.
We were only down there for 15 minutes, maybe. It was just. And also, one of those
VIP gets you into it for free, so we didn't
want to take our masks off, and so I was like, okay, I guess we'll have a good drink down here. We just decided to call it a night. We had been, maybe we were a little what is that?
Sun-kissed.
Yeah, sun-kissed.
Sun kind of zapped us at the food.
But we felt invigorated that next morning. We woke up.
And we're ready for the day.
Probably a good idea to go to bed.
Yeah, what did we do for breakfast? Did we go?
We didn't do anything for breakfast because we
ate
a salad all day.
We barely ate on Sunday.
Yeah, it was not until that evening that we realized we'd only had a salad all day and we had to leave.
And we've been drinking all the... Well, this was funny. We mixed a big Yeti
32-ounce Yeti cup with 5 shots of Jim Beam and a single can of Diet Coke, guys.
And we went downstairs for the day.
At 10 o'clock, we went down to do our VIP strutting.
And the first person we met was Tom Atkins.
Daddy Tom.
And he was very cool to us. I think he was ready for the day. And, we started
refreshed.
We're going to go into a story soon.
Yeah.
So we're going to tell you about our experience with him and then one of our friends, Bryce, his experience.
Yes.
We walk up, it's morning. We're some of the first people there. He seems friendly. We start off very complimentary and
he is friendly.
And
he's like,
friendly,
hello, good morning. Looking at our posters, just
and talking to us. He's signing them, taking pictures with us, and
he asked us each what we might like on our poster.
What we wanted him to write on there. He just put the stop on mine because I got a Halloween 3 poster and Justine got the fog. And he asked Justine, what's in the cup? And we told him, it's Jim Beam and Diet Coke. And he thought that was hilarious.
Oh my God. He said that I was his kind of woman.
Yeah. He's like, oh, that's my kind of woman. He was just laughing, loved that
he hugged us. He took a picture with us.
Shook our hands.
So friendly. Papa Tom.
There was a time when the intercom came on and he got a little I hate that thing, or something. I can't ever hear what they're actually saying, and, that was kind of funny. But that comes into our story. Well, our friend Bryce met him the night before and he had brought a prop phone.
A rotary phone.
Yes. Because he was, was it in a meet and greet or was it at a photo op?
It was a photo op.
Okay.
Yes. It was a photo op and he wanted him to hold it and make a face.
Yeah,
with the
kind of
rotary phone,
And I guess Tom kind of snapped at him, wasn't very nice to him, told him, like, I don't have time for that.
Yeah, I'm too tired.
I'm too tired for this.
And it was one of those, like, where we were just checking in with our buddy, you know, and, like, to hear that story.
And we're like, oh man, that sucks. And he said that while he was waiting for his photo op, that Tom was getting very frustrated with the announcer, the speaker, that you know how we said he mentioned it when we were there, that he was getting kind of pissed off about it, and that was kind of ruffling his feathers before he got up there. And then Tom just was like very kind of like in a frustrated mood, like just the complete opposite of.
Maybe he had a little jet lag.
Yeah, and it could have been maybe, you know, those photo ops are very, like, cattle call-esque. Yeah. Like, you're in a long line. You get maybe 15, 20, 30 seconds at most. I would say a full minute is maybe even pushing it. Like,
between,
Yeah, once you get up there and say hello and you take your picture. And
people are just like,
you're putting your bag down. Yeah. You get to say, like, oh, hi, and then you stand next to them, they shoot the picture. You know, me and Justine, we usually steal a couple seconds of being like, can we do this funny thing real quick? You know, or like act like we're all screaming.
It's
or
hard
whatever.
to make a connection.
Yeah, so maybe he was just frustrated by that.
Yeah. But all to say, it's, you know, no biggie. All right, like everybody, he's still Papa Tom.
Yeah.
But then after that, we got to, like, go start doing our panels. And we got our refill with more Jiffy.
And we had a salad.
We had a salad. And, okay, I only mentioned that we started to get our drink on, and we only had a salad. And guys, another 32 fucking ouncer of, like, multiple shots and a Diet Coke. And then, guys, I sneaked in my bag. I sneaked some beers, okay?
Yeah.
So Josh has no idea that there are beers in the bag that I'd gotten from, there's like a little refrigerator in our room. And so we get down, we have our panels, and the first one is Children of the Corn, and it's great.
It was a really fun panel. What was funny about it is it started off where they're like, we don't have anyone running the panel today. We're just going to do Q&A. And it started off
that
like,
first part was crazy.
The first, like, 5 minutes were kind of awkward because it's like, you know, who's going to, you know, people are first a little shy, but once the groove got going, like, it really started steamrolling, and it became a really fun and lively panel.
And it was Courtney Gaines and John Franklin and Fritz Kirsch, and, oh my God, what's his name? Amos. He plays Amos. Jeremy something. I didn't write it down.
Yeah.
Okay. But, so it's four guys that they're talking about just the experience of making Children of the Corn.
Filmed mostly in Iowa, not Nebraska, for those of you that didn't know.
I will say the first 5 minutes when they brought up how, like, they didn't have and it was one of those, like, is this how it's going to be for every panel?
Yeah.
Like, that's, like, going through my head. I'm thinking, oh, these are not going to be what they could be. But no, got on track. It was funny, lively. The crowd had a lot of questions that were, I will say,
they were good. They were asking
exactly
decent questions. Sometimes at these panels, you can get a lot of, like, dumb questions.
Maybe redundant. Like, they've been asked a few hundred times.
Yeah, or like, what was your inspiration for, I don't know.
Okay, for instance, one time we were Nev Campbell. That's a good example. Everybody knows the Changeling's, like, her favorite. Mm-hmm. If you know a lot about Scream, if you know about Nev, you know the Changeling. So
what's your favorite scary movie?
Years later, right? So if she's asked that in an interview, I'm kind of like, gosh, like, doesn't everybody know that yet? Okay.
If you've read one Nev article, they ask her, what's your favorite scary movie?
Quality questions.
The Changeling.
Quality questions, intentional questions.
And I'm not saying asking what's someone's inspiration for doing something is stupid, but a lot of times it's kind of that over and over in just different words.
Yes, yeah, that question re-asked.
What made you want to make this movie? You know, then you're like, he just told you what his inspiration was.
Yes.
It's
not going to deter much from that first answer, but okay. Okay, next is Candyman. So
That
Tony
was
Todd
great. Tony,
comes.
he comes in with a Post-it note
Yes,
on his forehead.
He pulled off his hat, and it was like a page boy hat, or what was it?
I don't even
A
remember.
newspaper boy kind of hat, you know?
Yeah,
And then it's a green sticky note on the side of his forehead, and he goes about 25 minutes into
the panel.
panel.
And he's like, do I have what's on my head? He's like, oh, I didn't realize that was on my head.
And nobody tells him, and we're all just like, yeah, I guess we all just thought
It was
you're
gonna
goofy
come up,
Tony Todd,
or-
and you just wanted to...
I thought it was going to come into play at some
Yes.
point. You know, like, well, the reason I have this on my head is because yada yada, but...
And we're really enjoying these panels, guys, because we're also just really happy and buzzed.
Yeah,
And
that's right.
we were just drinking to
We've had our
passing
salad.
our drink back and forth, like
Just smiling.
cheesing it up, and
so
everybody's
happy to be
masked.
there.
It was so nice. This is the only time though during our panels is when we find the Karen and the Ken
That just couldn't even.
of the whole Frightmare, and then we couldn't unsee them for the
Well, they were
rest of
always
this convention.
front and center. They were the kind of people that always had a million questions. And their questions were always just like, okay, they need to hear themselves talk right now.
And they had to have their masks off to ask the questions. One of them had to just sit there with their mask off the whole time.
Yeah, I'm like, dude, we're
It
not
was
out.
disappointing.
It's like if this was an event outside, whatever, but we're all crowded in this little room. Just
Yeah, and it
And
should have just been only
in the
the
spirit
panelists.
of keeping everybody feeling just safe and content, and also not risking the chance of the hotel not letting us do this event next year if the pandemic's still going on.
Oh.
You know, it's like, do what the hotel's asked us to do, so
Just
in
follow
case in April we're still in the same condition, we can still have this event. You know,
and
like,
the hotel's not like, no,
not-
you guys were having yourselves a little spreader.
it's like, don't take your politics out of it for now and just think about the hotel and getting to have this convention
Again.
here. So
Ugh,
don't
but-
ruin it for everybody.
I only mention it because they were also at every panel that we were at, so it wasn't grinding my gears, but it definitely was just one of those like, gosh, don't you just
We
dislike people who just can't?
And we love a good pee anal.
Oh my god. Okay, yeah, but also I mention it because the panelists are there. They're guests, and we are just happy for them to be there answering the questions, and they should feel safe.
And they've been promised like
Yes.
these conditions.
And
you
then
know?
for you to just sit there and ask your question like that with no regard, like hashtag the audacity.
You ugly.
Yeah.
Put the mask on. Makes you
Yeah,
prettier.
you're not exactly. It's like you don't like you. Bye. Okay, so Candyman panel, great. They were even sprinkling in some Candyman remake. Not spoilers, but just dropping some trivia about
Yeah.
the latest.
And then, is this about the time we decided to go swimming?
No, we're gonna do Night of the Living Dead.
Oh,
And I
that's
bring
right.
it up
We did
because during
those
Night of
three.
the Living Dead, right as it's about to start, Josh even said, like, oh my gosh, you just came in clutch. I pull out the beers.
Yeah.
And we've got ourselves another drink, and we are just as happy as can be. And I will say, the Night of the Living Dead, without the drink, would have been amazing. It was a great
And it was the
panel.
Night of the Living Dead 1990, the
yes,
remake.
yes,
Yeah.
with Tom Savini.
And Tony Todd, so he just
Yes.
stayed around for the next panel.
It
Piano.
was so fun to be like listening to them recap how making it was and their inspiration, because it's not a blind spot. I've seen it, but like I don't know a lot about it and the making of it, so hearing all of the little bits and pieces was fun because I hadn't heard it before, unlike at times other panels you go to when you get those frequently asked questions.
Yes. And then we went to the pool. We're like, let's get our hot bods back in that water. And then while we were hanging out around the pool, we decided, because for a while we were like, oh, I think we're done with panels for the day. And then we just kind of talked to ourselves and like, no, we need to go to that 5 o'clock panel of the Terrifier panel. Because we had heard a buzz that they were going to show like a sneak peek of
Yes.
like 5 minutes of the Terrifier 2. And so we went, and that was a great panel. It might have been maybe my favorite of the convention. Maybe. I don't know. They're all good. They all... I leave each pee anal
Panel.
learning something,
Yes. They, what I like about panels is they just keep lighting that fire of love for the making of horror movies. Not just like for watching, but like hearing about how they're made, the people behind the characters, the people behind the camera.
And guys, the 5 minutes that they showed at Frightmare was really cool. And
awesome!
It wasn't necessarily a horror scene, but it was a really good example of what's fun about the Terrifier.
A tone. It was setting of a tone.
It was like the funny with the intensity with the like...
with terrifying.
Yeah.
He is who he is. It's this. I can't wait for the sequel.
They said the sequel, though, is going to be epic. It's apparently clocking in at nearly 3 hours, 2.5 hours or something right now.
Yeah, and he was saying this trimming that down, but...
the first one's 89 minutes.
Yeah, so it's one of those like, okay, well, there's got to be more meat in that story then. And they both seemed really excited about it.
They got us excited.
And that it was definitely something we hadn't seen before.
Well, at this point, when that's over, we're coming out of our buzz of the day, and we're hungry. So, did we do something else?
No, we did one more thing. We went and did some posing with Lar Park Lincoln.
Yes, this was... Yeah, we were still buzzed at this moment.
And that's... okay, so maybe one thing you should know about us is we need a little bit of liquid courage to meet the guests.
That's almost why we drink at Frightmare. We're not the biggest lushes, but it also is kind of a vacation.
Yeah.
And they do start serving beer and alcohol down there early.
The moment that they open.
It's not frowned upon at Frightmare to be drinking early. So.
But guys, like I don't know. I guess like we're introverted and extroverted in that like to meet people is anxious.
We're probably what do they call it? Introverted extroverts or something, or extroverted introverts. I don't know. We're a mixture.
I said it the right way the first time. Now I can't remember what I just said.
We have our moments. We're very shy, but can be outgoing sometimes. I don't know. But
okay, here's the thing. Sometimes I get when celebrities, when they're interviewed and they say that they are shy, because it's an art form, but it's also a creative outlet. Like our podcast is a creative outlet, just like, all other kind of mediums of art. And but to meet people and interact with them it's social anxiety. So whoops.
And she was awesome. She was telling us about
a
fan film she made called Roseblood.
A fan film for part 7.
Yes.
It looked... we only saw the poster thing, the little flyer,
but it's going to have Tina. Tina's back.
Yeah. So then after meeting her and taking some awesome pictures with her, we decided it's time to get some food in our bellies.
There was a little... I was a little pissed off on Saturday because we went and had our parking validated. Well, when we left, apparently they didn't validate it for long enough. They only gave me like a 24-hour validation, which we'd been parked for. This is Saturday night. We'd parked Friday morning after brunch. And so they still charged me like $24 for parking, and I was mad. I wasn't like mean or a Karen or a Ken about it, but, I said something to them, and they were just like, sorry about that. We'll try it. We'll look out for it. I was like, oh, that's helpful. So today, of course, I was like, will you make sure that I don't get charged anything?
Yes, exactly. Not that like they wouldn't just say, oh my gosh, we didn't validate it for long enough.
We'll comp your room for $24. No, nothing.
Nope. So,
hi, Regency. Shame on you.
Nasty naughties. Okay, so but we had ourselves some pretty good Tex-Mex food and headed back. Decided not to watch any movies that evening. We were pretty fucking full.
Yeah, we were like, after a day of drinking, you're kind of fucking tired. And we ate, and we came back.
Sun-kissed again.
Yeah, we've been at the pool all day. We just were like, let's go. By that time, too, it was 10 o'clock, and we had to get up for the convention.
Yeah.
And we had to look our best.
And yesterday... being Sunday was super fun, and it reminded me the most of
Frightmare.
Yes, like even though it was the least amount of people on Sunday.
It always is. Sunday's always the least crowded day.
Yeah, it was just, but I mean, it was dead. So that just meant like there was absolutely no lines. We weren't waiting. If we wanted to look at movies from Arrow Video or Severin, we didn't have to bump shoulders to get in to see. If we want, remember all weekend I was like, maybe I'll get that shirt. Maybe I'll get that shirt. We went to Atomic Cotton, still there.
And I was able to get some stuff at Vinegar Syndrome. I got a couple of movies from Vinegar Syndrome. Got something from Arrow Video. So that was nice. I think Severin was the only one I didn't get anything from this year. But next time, maybe.
Next time. And then we had 2 more panels. We did the Jodelle Funklin from Silent Hill.
I don't think her last name is Funklin.
Fecklin?
Isn't it Jodelle McFarlane?
No.
I don't think it's Jodelle Funklin.
Okay. All right. Well, let me IMDb that while we're talking about. She's from Silent Hill.
Silent Hill. She was in Tideland, Twilight. She's been the creepy little girl and all kinds of things.
Yeah. She did a voiceover for Paranorman.
Yep.
That was a very good panel. And then what was the other panel? Oh, well, we did the 50th anniversary Malcolm McDowell panel.
Yeah, and that was fun. He's like just a grumpy old man these days.
And he actually, I felt like he talked about different stuff in regards to A Clockwork Orange. He even spilled a little bit of tea about just Stanley Kubrick and filming. I don't know. I can't get any service. Okay. See, I was really close. Furland, Funkland. Jeez, Mr. Snappy at me.
Oh, well, miss.
What?
Not knowing.
You didn't know either.
But I wasn't talking.
Oh my gosh. Anyways, y'all, he's so mean to me sometimes.
Oh, she wishes I was so mean to her.
Oh, okay. So he was a grumpy old man, just like Josh, Malcolm McDowell. They're 2 peas in a pod.
He probably would be.
We walked around and said goodbye after that, after our Malcolm McDowell panel.
Yeah, we're like, bye, Frightmare. I don't think we got anything. Did we buy any last little things? No. Maybe.
When did I get my pants? We each got like the sweatpants with the Friday the 13th Jason game.
Video game.
Yeah.
And got all kinds of shirts, and I got a George Romero pin and what was the other pin? I got David Lynch pin.
I got that Exorcist sweatshirt.
Yes, I got
cute.
that.
It had the Pazuzu down the arms and that Pam Grier shirt. What else did we just? We got quite a bit of. I got that Michael Myers Halloween poster. That's like purple shirt or whatever. Yeah.
I got a Twin Peaks shirt.
Twin Peaks, like your boobies?
Yeah,
Is that what you're talking about? You
Peaks.
got twin titty peaks?
Twin titty peaks.
Okay, so we gave it a little kiss goodbye, said goodbye to Frightmare, and then just decided to do a little bit more poolside stuff, more drinking. We finally got to go back. It went back to like the restaurant style of things Sunday evening.
So we went and had a decent meal in the hotel again last night.
Well, we ordered
some
pizza
drinks.
and stuff.
Well,
we had drinks
down in the.
We
down
waited for our pizza down in the lobby and had drinks, and that pizza was good.
But we were in the restaurant area having our drinks,
waiting for it. And then we did some face masks and did some Salt Lake City housewives watching.
And then we got up and
bedtime and checked out.
Here we are.
Here we
talking to y'all.
Just talking and
it was a beautiful
reminiscing.
Frightmare. We're so excited for the Frightmare in April, May. I think some of the people, like Freddie Prinze Jr. is supposed to come now because, he got canceled.
Not hashtag canceled. He canceled.
Oh, yeah, he canceled on Frightmare. So that got postponed. There are a few other people that got postponed. I'm hoping maybe we'll get David Cronenberg back. Maybe the timing of that will work out. Maybe he'll be, maybe, I keep saying
maybe he's done with making
filming,
the movie,
his new movie, and hopefully won't be in too deep in like post-production to come for a couple of days, but that would be a dream. We were so excited originally when the convention was supposed to take place in 2020 and David Cronenberg was coming. And that was
gonna be a dream.
Yeah, no, that was a big hit, him not coming.
All to say, it was a success.
And we know
it's
whatever,
making us look forward to the next one.
And we know whatever happens, it'll be a great convention.
Yes.
It's always an amazing time.
Bravo. You guys at Frightmare did so well.
And speaking of Children of the Corn, our next episode, we're going to Nebraska to a corn maze.
Yeah, it's the Skinny Bones Pumpkin Patch and JJ's Corn Maze for a...
Skinny Bones and JJ.
It's a haunted... we're doing the evening, so it's a haunted corn maze. And right now the corn maze is like this big spider's web. It's like 10 acres of a corn maze. So I'm excited. Are you excited, Josh, to go to Nebraska?
I am.
Go to Blair, Nebraska?
So we'll see you guys next month with episode 69.
City pretty, I'm a titty 9. We love you guys. Okay, make sure to follow us on Instagram and go to, our
Rate and
website.
review us.
Yep, go rate and review us and give us that 5-star rating because you love us and we love you.
Helps us. We need you to write us some reviews, guys. Do it. Love you.
All right, love you. Bye.